Welcome to the Science for Students YouTube channel. Today I am continuing the biodiversity lesson for grade 9 students. No organism exists in isolation. Individual organisms live together in an ecosystem and depend on one another. In fact, they have many different types of interactions with each other. Let us say living relationships in an environment. It defines the interactions between the living organisms. These interactions are made to the following needs: for reproduction, for security, for food. Following are some such interactions. Organisms obtain their food and energy in different ways. Autotrophs or heterotrophs. Autotrophs comes under living non-living interactions. So we'll talk it later. Now here we have to talk about heterotrophs. They can be herbivorous animals or carnivorous animals. In a food chain, primary consumers eat producers. So in the first diagram you can see the primary consumers eat producers. Here the butterfly is the primary consumer and this flowering plant is the producer. In the second diagram, zebra is the primary consumer and grass is the producer. Some predators consuming other animals. We call them predators. These are carnivorous animals. In these pictures you can see bear eats a fish and this snake catch a frog. So some consumers are predators. They hunt, catch, kill and eat other animals or the prey. In this food chain or in the food web, you will be able to see predators: lion, wolf, eagle, wildcat, owl, snake. These are predators. The first one, food web, you will be able to see goat, rabbit, mouse as primary consumers or herbivorous animals. So these are living interactions. Another living interaction is certain microorganisms depend on other living organisms. Here we are discussing about root nodules and rhizobium bacteria. So root nodules produce a space to live for this rhizobium bacteria. And this rhizobium bacteria turns nutrition in the soil to the usable way. Here you can see some Other living interactions. Some animals use trees as their habitats. Some plants use animals to spread their species. We call this as seed dispersion by animals. So, there's the interaction in between plants and animals. Some plants fulfill their nitrogenous requirements from insects. These are called insectivorous plants. You will be able to see the examples. Normally, these plants won't get enough nitrogen from the soil. That's why they trap insects and try to take enough nitrogen from them, producing new creatures through reproduction for the continuous existence of life. You will be able to get a lot of examples, but here I have mentioned only 3. Now we'll move to living, non-living relationships. Not all organisms need to eat, others for food. Some organisms have the amazing ability to make or to produce their own food molecules by using sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, with the presence of green color pigments. In the first diagram, you can see how the photosynthesis process is happening. It takes water from the soil through this root system and take carbon dioxide through leaves. Then this leaves normally in green color because of chlorophyll pigment. This chlorophyll pigment can absorb or can trap light energy. Then this leaf can produce their own food. So that is a non-living living interaction. There's another example. Respiration. All organisms do this process. We are taking oxygen into our respiratory system and we remove carbon dioxide from lungs. So we need non-living thing, that is oxygen, to persist these living organisms. There's an interaction between non-living and living organisms. Then, consuming water. Again, there's a living and non-living interaction. We have discussed this previously. The living creatures are also adjust to make the specific environmental conditions of their habitats. This is known as adaptation. As an example, adaptations of plants to minimize transpiration in dry environment. There can be many more adaptations. If we take in animals, the prey animals tries to avoid being eaten by hiding, defending itself using various adaptations and strategies. Now we are coming to non-living relationships. The interactions between non-living components are known as non-living relationships. In these two diagrams, you can see soil erosion by water. So two non-living things, they are interacting with each other. Then another example for non-living interaction is rock weathering due to water and solar heat. Here you can see the process of rock weathering. First, water enters crack in rock. Water freezes and expands, widening cracking. Ice melts and water goes deeper into crack. Process repeat until rock splits. Thank you.